morning. Again, Willem doing some training, weekly training with our installers. Today I've passed the training off to our resident engineer, Wandile. He's doing some training this morning on measuring the PV strings and arrays, the voltage and the amps in a controlled manner, that we don't have sparks and all kinds of excitement happening with that. That test is also included when we do our annual system checks. We create a certificate for our customers. We call that Certificate for Safe to Operate. And that test per string is also included in that system check. So I hope you enjoy the video.
Okay, so this is what we call it, PV junction box. So this is the box ideally between your panels and your installation. So with this PV junction box, this is where you actually get to isolate the PV, meaning the panels, whatever strings are wired, from the inverter. As Willem always says, before you even start measuring, think, what am I expecting to see? What value am I expecting to see over here? So we're already told that it's 4 panels. Ne? So I'm going to go to my calculator. 4 panels. VOC for one panel is about 50 volts. 50 volts DC VOC. So 4 times 50 is about 200 volts that we should see here, right? So I'm going to conduct the test. So number 1, I switch off the isolator. Once I've switched off the isolator, I've isolated the current coming through. It's safe to open the fuses now, because if I open the fuses while the current is still flowing, there'd actually be sparks here because the current is still flowing. So first isolator, then fuse. So then I go to my PC volts. Another thing you will notice, the red probe, I place it on the black cable, and then the black probe, I place it on the red cable. I want to see if I'll get a negative value, because panels also have got a polarity. Sometimes you do have voltage, but the polarity is incorrect. So I also confirm the polarity by doing that. So it's negative 206.7 volts. I said if we get 200 plus, it's good. So there are definitely 4 panels. So that's the volts, 206.7 gave me the negative, the polarity is fine. You denote that as your VDC. For short circuit, usually I've got 2 people, but I'm gonna go with it. With your multimeter, you go to amps. These multimeters, you go to amps, and then you see here it says AC amps. This is not alternating current. You change the mode, it will say DC amps, and you see we are ready to go. Okay. Then I clip it over here. The isolator, ensure it's off, because what we're doing, we're trying to short circuit the array just to get the short circuit current. So if this is on, so it's serious thing, ensure this is off, otherwise you'll see flames. Okay. So I go there, the same point where I got my voltage, I go to that point, right? I open it, then let me just light it up. It's 7.6 amps, right? 7.6 amps, that's your I short circuit current. Make sure never to remove here up until you isolate, because you'll see a flame again. Yeah. So I switch off, then now it's safe for me to remove. So I've got my voltage for the 4 panels. I've got the short circuit current for the 4 panels, which is 7.6. You write those, then you're done. Plug. And then obviously,
can you show us that flame? Can you show us that flame? Are you brave enough?
Yes, I am. Okay,
so switch it off, short circuit, and then just pull it out while it's still on.
Copy. But let me move the multimeter. Okay, Willem said I should show you some flames. So let's see. So just to explain why we're doing this. So we've got the red cable coming in as a home run and the black cable. Then we loop it, so we connect the two, so we've short circuited it. So just to show you, you saw that.
Yeah.
So you don't remove up until the isolator is isolated. to cut that current. Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah. And then make sure you also inspect for anything else. Check if the cables are properly tightened. So check all these connections if they are properly tightened. Check if there's any discoloration on the cable, because that can also be a good sign that the cable is taking much of a strain. If there's any breach piece, ensure check at the top if it's really catching, because sometimes it's tightened but the breach piece is actually sitting behind. Yeah, in most cases, you can actually see if there's any benchmark. Some isolators will have a nice brown spot there. Take a picture of it as well, so that you can be able to report it back to the customer. We love the